All right, all right. Good morning. No. Good morning. Better. I know we're all a little tired. The coffee at the hotel's terrible. I'll let you in a little secret. I normally travel. I'm a bit of a prima donna when it comes to coffee, and I travel with my own coffee maker. It's in Las Vegas. Didn't make it back from the last trade show, so I'm very disappointed. There was a big line at the Italian pavilion for coffee, so I'm a little grumpy. Just giving you a heads up, all right? I am surrounded by greatness, which is the only way to go through life. Find people that are better than you and hang out with them until they're no longer better than you. Then find some people that are, and until you, then you gotta find the next level and keep working your way up. So I have Scott, and Dario. They've been key members of what I like to call the demo team for MAPEI for years. And the reason I do that is every time I travel throughout the country, I'm constantly looking for people that are good communicators, that can talk to fellow human beings, because not everybody possesses that skill, that understand the product and understand the process of the product. Let's just get a few things straight. At MAPEI, we make products for installations. So, if you bought a car, we make the tires. We make the fan belt. I don't make the car. The tile is the car in this case. So I'm making products for the tile industry is what I'm doing. But I'm really making products for the installers in the tile industry. We were having this conversation earlier. Without the mic, I can't teach you to install in 8 hours. That's a 5-year quest. There's a rule of thumb in the universe that you're not good at anything until you do it for 10,000 hours. And that's just about 5 years is what that works out to be. And that's about true. You're competent at that point where you're just good enough to get yourself in really big trouble at that point. So today we're going to talk about some different products and some different concepts, because at MAPEI we're about filling in the blanks and the voids. We all know, I don't know if you know this, we make 6,000 products worldwide. That's a lot of products for me to remember. We're not just a tile and stone mortar company and grout company. We make repair materials for bridges. We make carbon fiber wrap in earthquake zones for buildings. We make floor covering products for adhesives, glues, patches, self-levelers. We make tunneling products. We make the product that they squirt out in front of the drill bit of the boring machine that liquefies the rock and pumps it up to the surface. We make a product that pulls oils out of brown fields that have penetrated the soil and pulls it out and isolates it and converts a brown field back to a green field. We make a lot of products. That's what makes MAPEI. We are privately owned. One family has owned it. They're on the 3rd generation. We've been in business for 86 years. And we're an Italian company. Now I say that because they know a thing or two about putting down floors in Italy. They've been doing it for 2,000 years, successfully. The last time I went to Italy, as I walked into a church that had a floor that was 1,800 years old, the first thing I did was take my shoes off. I'm not gonna desecrate this floor with my filthy shoes. People are walking all over. The guard looked at me, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You can't walk on the floor with your shoes on? That's disrespectful." By the way, I just wanna touch on something. If you have a marble or granite in your house, granite countertop, marble floors, real marble or granite in your house. Do you know how old that is? At a minimum, it's 1,000,000 years old. At a minimum. So the next time you take a boiling hot plate of spaghetti and throw it on that granite countertop, that's probably 2 to 3 million years old. Just think about that. Like, this is a fossil of planet Earth, and I'm just throwing hot boiling spaghetti on here. Maybe I should get a pad underneath there. Be respectful to the marble and the granite. That's all I'm saying. On that note, we are MAPEI, Materiali Ausiliari per Edilizia Industria, industrial materials for professional installations. We're based out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. He's in Virginia. Deerfield Beach, Florida, Deerfield Beach, Florida. They're all sales reps. I like to intermingle working with sales reps and tech reps. I don't want this just to be a technical event, because at the end of the day, this whole thing is a sales event. We're all trying to showcase our products to show you how amazing they are, so you continue to buy them or you think about buying them. So I want to intermingle technical with sales. That's what we do well at MAPEI. First thing, look at this table. Know what it's made out of? Anybody? Foam. It's foam board. It took a while, but we now have foam underlayment. 2-inch, 1-inch, 5/8, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Somebody said, well, where's the 1/8 inch? I'm like, really? 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch. We take the 2 pieces of fabric, we'll glue them together. There's your 1/8 inch board. Now, just like everyone else's, this is 100% waterproof. All right? The board is 100% waterproof. So as long as you're just installing a 3x5 bathroom, which I don't think exists, then you've got a completely waterproof system. But the second I penetrate a screw through here, the system is no longer waterproof. You just poked a hole in it. You have an above ground swimming pool. You take a screw, you fill it up with water and stick it through the side of the pool. The pool was waterproofed until you put the screw in it. Now you've got to address the hole you just made with the screw. Then at all seams, that's going to need to be addressed also. So marketing can make it sound as amazing as they want. The board is waterproof until I start punching holes in it to attach it. But this particular board, I don't need any washers. It's easy to cut. It's all foam. So when you cut it, it doesn't make a mess. I prefer to cut it with a knife. You can cut it with a saw, but then you get little crumbs from the foam. But if you cut it with a knife, no mess whatsoever. You just spent the whole time sweeping up the floor, cleaning up the floor. You're gonna put this on the wall, then you're gonna go ahead and make a mess on the floor cutting backer board. You're defeating the purpose. So we have this right now. It's available at all our facilities. I used a 2-inch to make this table, and I wasn't sure that the table was going to hold up. I've used it now for 3 trade shows for demo tables, and it just has screws in it. There's no glue or nothing. Next thing I'm going to talk about, I see you back there, Scott. Next thing we're going to talk about, heat mat. So let's talk about Mrs. Sam. By the way, I'm Sam. Mrs. Sam's at home. We live in Florida. Do we need heat mat? Mrs. Sam says we do. Because Mrs. Sam said, wait, you got a heat mat? Yeah. Well, what does it do? I put it on the floor, then I put tile on top of it. Well, what does it do? Then it heats the floor up. So when I'm putting my makeup on, my feet aren't cold. So I have a feeling someone's going to be remodeling the bathroom. So this is going to go in front. You can do a whole room. You can do a whole house. We have heat membranes where we put the wire. But with the heat mat, and I like the heat mat, and here's why. You can go on our website, download a schematic chart. On that schematic chart, you can draw the room that you're putting the mat in and custom order it made and built. The spacing on the wiring will always be exact. So now you just show up, it comes in, it takes 3 weeks. You show up at the job with this thing, you roll it out onto the floor. It's like a pre-cut piece of carpeting, no matter how many weird angles you have. You identify where the toilet's at, you identify where the shower's at, you identify everything, and then you just flop it over, spread mortar on the floor, flop it back, flop the other side over, spread mortar on the floor, flop it down, and then spread mortar on top. Let's get going, please. Now, in life, you have to know your limitations. I can build a building. I can drive a forklift, I can drive a bulldozer, I can put in any damn flooring product there is in the world. You do not, under any terms, ever want to see me messing with electricity. I get shocked every single time. I do not possess the electricity mind. So have a professional hook up the electricity. But with the mat, you are going to have to identify where the electrical outlet is at. And then they'll put the wire outlet as close to it as possible. So an electrician can come in, unless you feel pretty comfortable, an electrician can come in and pre-wire it. Now, the other thing is, in some municipalities, like in the Northwest, we're running into an issue with the MAPEI heat membrane where they have to put the wire, because now they're saying that's an electrician's job. And I'm like, is it really? Like that's an electrician's job? But they want you to put the mat down, then the electrician to come and put the wire down. But if the wire's already pre-embedded, then it's just you installing the mat. So just keep that in mind. All municipalities are different. Scott, what do you have back there?
Ultralight Zero.
Ultralight Zero. First things first, a 25-pound bag of this product does as much as a 50-pound bag, right? What does that mean? I mean, how is that possible, dude? There's magic pixie dust in the bag? No, we take the sand out and we put a lightweight hollow sphere glass bead in there instead. That hollow sphere glass bead is a derivative of the steel industry. So if I'm gonna make, in the steel industry, if I'm gonna make a 30-foot I-beam, I'm gonna molt the iron, molt the steel till it's liquefied. I'm gonna make a mold out of epoxy and sand I'm gonna pour this in. When I pour this in, the hot molting steel melts the sand. When you melt sand, what do you get? Anybody? Glass. Well, these little bubbles happen. Those little bubbles are the glass beads. They were taking these glass beads and throwing them away. And somebody went, I got a good idea. Why can't we put that in mortar? It makes it spread out really super easy because now you got little ball bearings underneath there rolling around instead of sharp angle aggregate. And you're spreading this thing across your floor. And there's some other features and benefits. So that's where the lightweight comes from. But the zero impact on climate change comes from carbon offsets. As manufacturers, we can only do so much at our facilities and still manufacture the plants on cutting down on our carbon footprint. We still need to go ahead and bring in cement. We still need to turn lights on. We still need to go ahead and have electricity in some sort to run the machines, to make and blend the products. All of this stuff still needs to happen. So we're pretty much maxed out about what we can do physically in our buildings to manufacture the products. The next thing we can do is we can go ahead and purchase carbon offsets. And in doing that, then they take that money, consider it a tax. Somebody said, well, how much does that cost me? How much more is that going to make the product cost? If you live in a state with high taxes, how much more does that add to the cost of anything? Yet if you're getting a service for it, and we've got to keep looking at the environment. So not all of our products have this. If you're not comfortable with this, if this doesn't sound like a good idea to you, believe me, I have 27 other mortars you can buy, trust me. I have to remember all their names. This is the first one in the country, and MAPEI has been doing this now for 11 years globally. This is the first one in the United States that has carbon offsets. So we're at zero. Questions? First off, good morning again. No questions. All right. I'm going to do this. Anybody want a bag to get started with? Right? Take this around, pick up tchotchkes as the day goes on. Some of you guys you can bring this home, let your wife know that you were actually here. No, baby, look what I got you. I got you a bag. I get more. Dario. Testing. No more questions? Guys.
Does it come in white?
For right now, it's in gray.
Okay.
All right, now you can buy it without the carbon zero offsets in gray and white. But if you want to purchase or participate in the carbon offsets, you buy the zero and it just comes in gray for now. Okay. And going forward, this is not where it's going to end. This is the beginning.
That you white
85% of the time. I get that. So yeah, the product is made in white, but we didn't purchase the carbon offsets for the white yet. Going forward, we're going to purchase the carbon offsets for several products that are very popular. This is step one in a process that's going to continue to happen because I've been on this planet for quite a while. I'm concerned for my grandkids that I don't have yet. I need to talk to my kids about that. I'm concerned about the future, and that's what this is about. This is about the present going forward, and not the past. Yes, sir. Yes, use it on all sizes, vertical, interior, exterior. I like this product. If you've never used ultralight product, you should give it a try. it's kind of cool because I can carry 2 bags that's 50 pounds and I've got basically equivalent to 100 pounds of mortar. It's lightweight. If I'm on wood structures, I'm not adding as much weight to that structure for covering the same distance, and I'm saving that weight cost because I pulled the sand out and put the hollow spear glass bead in. Yes, sir.
That underlayment board, you screw it and thin set it?
You screw it in and thin set it. All right, and you're thin setting it because if you have undulations or whoopties under the floor, you're actually filling those in, right? But no need for washers. It cuts, no washers on the screws. Because of the way because of the material, it kind of compresses down and grabs, and unless you drive the thing all the way through there, you'll be able to feel it, but no need for washers. And we've done testing on walls literally where we put a 2-inch board on a wall with the screws, and then my Stealth, I'm not gonna give you my weight, would hang on the board, didn't pull off, didn't pull through, with no mortar behind it, by the way. It's regular screws. Yeah, we got to kind of make this normal, you know? Yep. As of right now, no. You know, any waterproof sealant would be fine. We're working on something. Great question. Yes, sir. Warranties. Warranties for the board. See, that's why I can surround myself with salesmen. System warranties. So the more product you use, the bigger that warranty gets. Starts off with 1, 5, 10, 15, lifetime. I always wonder, whose lifetime are we? Is it mine, yours? That lifetime thing always seems confusing to me. Like, I want to just put a number on that? Like, you want to say 27 and a half more years? Or, I don't know. Everybody. It's been a weird couple of years. We have survived. We have survived masks. We've survived washing our hands every 10 minutes I still have hangnails from drying my cuticles out. Ladies, you may want to help me on that right there. I don't know what to do. Like, it's been weird, but it's over with. It's behind us. And the first rule of Italian racing is what's behind you does not matter. It's what's in front of you that counts. So let's push forward. Let's move forward, make money, be proud of the work you do. We are so proud of you. I am so proud of the work I see out there every single day. I am really proud that I see a nice age demographic in the room, a little bit younger than what I've been seeing. We have to continue this business. No building gets a certificate of occupancy until the floor gets put in. They are waiting on us. Do not let general contractors push you around. Do great work, sign it, take pictures of it, recruit. If you're an installer, this is just the beginning of your journey. It is not the end. If you would have told me 25 years ago that I'd be standing up here and doing this, I wouldn't even know how to respond to that. This didn't exist. This is just the beginning if you're an installer. Pay attention and constantly grow. We're proud of you. Thank you if you're using MAPEI product, thank you. If you're not, give us a try. Our booth's right over there. Have a great day. Make a lot of money in 2023.